Hey guys, welcome back to the Anchorage where everything is awesome, and I'm just doing a little thing here for Anchorage Extras where I would like to just take a moment and discuss with you a little bit about social networking and the connections we have to it in particular. So, as you can see down below, I've got everything involved regarding our social networking. I use two platforms in particular. I use Mastodon, and I also use it's like a Pleroma. It's called Lacoma, which is a fork of Pleroma, which I believe that is a fork of Mastodon or something like that. But it uses the ActivityPub protocol, where you can actually federate and intercommunicate with different platforms. So I wanted to kind of just show you a little bit about each real quick so that you know what's going on with it. So why don't we pop over to Mastodon itself, and it is right here. And so this is at joinmastodon.org. This is the page that you're brought in on, and it's social networking that's not for sale. So, and it discusses a little bit: get the app, create an account, servers, apps, sponsors, resources, and I don't know what that is, so I'm not even bothering looking at it. And like over on Twitter, which in that in its name is like, folks call it Twitter, and we tweet. Well, the folks in the decentralized world, like particularly at Mastodon, like to call Twitter as bird site. So I will say bird site, and I've done that for the past 5 years or so, going on 6 now at this point. But the mascot for it is this guy right here, which is it's a cartoonized mastodon. So, and it goes into stay in control of your own timeline. No algorithms or ads to waste your time. So there's no data harvesting. There's no espionage. There's no algorithms, or most of all, no ads. So only the ads that are there are the ones that you post. So I don't recommend doing that. But you can go in there, build your audience in confidence. Moderating should the way the moderating should be. Unparalleled creativity. Well, in respect, yeah, it has its benefits. Why Mastodon? It's decentralized, it's open source, it's not for sale, and it's interoperable with other platforms. You can see a few examples of what users are saying, so on and so forth. Independent always. Mastodon is free and open source software developed by a non-profit organization. Public support directly sustains development and evolution. Who supports it? It's supported by all these folks. Including Raspberry Pi. There you are. So there's that. Now, if you already have an account, you can go right to Mastodon directly. So go to mastodon.social, and it kind of looks like this when you come in. If you haven't seen it before, this is kind of what it looks like. It looks a lot like Twitter. There's it's a darker blue. It's almost in the realm of purple. So just so you know. It was a light blue for a long time, and in the past year they actually updated it to be closer towards the purple, just to make it a little more unique. So, and you've got some general information on the left, you got some general information on the right, and you've got examples of what posts look like here. And you can see posts. Oh, there's that. I'm having trouble waking up. So, yeah, that's funny. So, we got that. And, Michelle Yeoh won Best Actress Award. Yippity doo. Good for her. Whatever. That's the Oscars. So if we were to actually come in here, and if we already signed in, we'll click on sign in, and we could do this. Let's see. I'm going to pause for a quick second and snap over and show you what it looks like. So here we are inside of the of my account on Mastodon for the Anchorage, And here we have right here, and we see 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Here's the column where we can post and we can search or paste the URL. We can throw it in, we can post in here, and we've got many different things. We can attach files, we can add a poll, we can change the post privacy, so you could do it as public, unlisted, followers only, or mention people only. Content warning, we can click off a content warning on this, so basically we would allow one short line. And this is Mastodon's functionality, where you plug in the content warning, you plug in your warning up here, and then you put in your post. So, and then of course you can do the change your language, and this number here is how many characters you can type. So Birdsite only got or Twitter only has, I don't know, it's like less than 250 or something to that effect that you can type for characters. And here you can, by default, you've got 500. And some folks, with some instances, they've increased it. So I know of one, mstdn.social lets you post 1,000 the last I knew. They may have changed that recently, but you can change that limit. So, and then you've got your feed. So I don't actually follow anybody. I do, but I've got them all muted. So I've only got the only thing that's showing up here is things for the Anchorage and things from PixelFed. And I'll talk about that in a second. In the middle one, we've got our notifications. So anytime we receive a notification, you get all and you get mentions. So, and then you get search results. You've got people, you've got hashtags, and you've got posts. So there's all of that. And this is really excellent. This is a very nice thing. So like you can see the latest video that I had put out a couple of days ago, I post new video. I like warm food, but why? Skál. And then I put in my hashtags. The Anchorage, hashtag, and Fetty22. And then I put in the link to the actual video, and it shows up right here. So that's where that is. And I put these posts here, and I also put them out on Akoma. So the next one I want to show you is actually Akoma, which is through Disroot. So of course, we've got Disroot, where they've got email, cloud, audio, CryptPad, XMPP chat, pads, which is like CryptPad. There's a private bin, which is a paste bin. You can upload for upload sharing. So if you need to get a large file to somebody and you want to share it with them, you can upload it here. It's encrypted, and you can let them know, give them a link to it, and you can set it for deleting after so long, or how many downloads. There's a search here that's done through CRXNG calls, which is using uses Jitsi. So, and then you got Forge Joe. This is I forget, but I think it has to do with project management. And then of course we've got Akoma down here. When you go to Akoma, free speech, fear free. And I like this down here. Interstate Connecticut 95, Route 95. That's an interstate here in the States, and it actually goes through New Hampshire, so that's fantastic. So we scroll down, Akoma. There's their logo, which is kind of simple. Akoma is a microblogging server software that can federate exchange message with other servers that support the ActivityPub protocol, like Friendica, GNU Social, Hubzilla, Mastodon, Miskey, PeerTube, and PixelFed. So PixelFed is an ethical version of Instagram. Well, it's not a version of it, but it's a competitor, and it's and it's free, open source. PeerTube is a free, open source platform. It's a video hosting site, and it's similar to YouTube, but it's free and open source. And Mastodon here, This is where we can actually see everything from Mastodon. Hubzilla, which is an absolutely fantastic piece of software, but there's a lot of back-end work that has to be involved to keep it maintained, which Disroot was working to do that instead of Akoma, but they ended up going with Akoma because it's a lot easier to support. GNU Social, which I haven't actually looked at, but I think that might be, what was the name of that thing? Diaspora. So Friendica, which is a Facebook-like free and open source hub type thing. It's Friendica, which is really nice. And ActivityPub, that's the protocol that all these share, and so every single one of these can share in between each other, or interoperably between each other, and it's a really good piece of software. So what we've got is the version here. They call it Akoma, but when we actually go to it, this is what it is: Fedisroot. So if we look at the link up here, it's fe.disroot.org. So you got FE in particular. Now if you look at a periodic table, Fe is the indication, or the little table label for iron, metal. So, and then disroot.org, fe.disroot.org. So then they call it Fedisroot, so it's Fedi, so it's federated. There we go. So Fedisroot, federated social network powered by Pleroma Open Beta, and it's operated by these folks. Very nice. And then if we go ahead and we log in, here I am, Shadow Strike, and I do a login. This is what it looks like. It's a very simplified version of let's say, like the Mastodon. So if we go into Mastodon, we see all of this. But if we go to Fedisroot, it's a lot more drilled down, a lot more simplified. Some things are a little bigger, and this is my personal one. So, I watch It's Foss, and I will actually take some of these, and I will copy the links, and I'll actually post them to the Matrix chat room that I have for Switch to Linux. I log into that every day on my my Linux box. So, and of course, this is running Linux Mint right here, but this is a virtual machine. I'm actually recording this on a Windows machine, but I've got telemetry blocked and things of that sort. So there we go. And I use OBS for my recording of all of this, and this is a virtual machine. I've got that, so you can see that going. And that's all nice and neat. So we got home, Fedisroot. So if we click on Fedisroot, we will see posts from folks that are only on Fedisroot. So fe.disroot.org. These are only those users. And if we want to see what's going on out in the federated world, we click on Explore. And this is the Fediverse. That's what we call it. Fedisroot is part of the Fediverse, a social network made up of thousands of independent social media sites, aka servers. So, and you can see everything's going there. You can see everything it's everybody talking out in the world of the Fediverse, as we call it. And then of course we've got our notifications. There's my notifications. You see, there we go. Oh, Fedisroot wants to send notifications. I will actually allow that because I want to see that should I happen to be in here on the virtual machine and something happens to pop in if I happen to be in here. So there's Muppet at Disroot, talking with him, and in Disroot itself. So I talk with Disroot, not necessarily a lot, but on occasion. Direct messages from anybody. So, so on and so forth. And then, of course, we got more for direct messages, bookmarks, lists, profile directory, settings. just to show a little peek on that. So we'll go back to home. There we go. So that is everything on on all that kind of thing. So if we come on back, and here I am. So that is the social media that I post to regarding the Anchorage out on Mastodon. And you can find me out there. I've got links down below regarding all of that, and I really recommend you check that out. So you can actually see when I happen to have new videos go out, because that's what I post out there generally. And I'll also post some progress sometimes, or like something I might be doing in any particular day. I might be doing pre-production work, I might be doing filming work, I might be doing post-production work. I might be waiting for some materials that I need for a video, whether it be for videos I do here, or if I do videos using my tripod and my camera during doing my projects, different things, dinner quest, or just ordinary projects on DIY stuff, restorationary type stuff or anything like that. So that's pretty much what I've got going on there. And I really recommend you actually go out. Links are down below, and check that out. And so that's it. So that's gonna wrap up this video. But first, I do recommend that if you have any crypto that you wish to donate, I gladly and graciously accept it. I got links down below to what was it? I've got what is it? I practically forget. I've got Monero, and I've got Dogecoin, and I've got my direct wallet addresses down below, so that you can actually send it directly to my wallet. And you just have to have the software that sends it, and that's all on you. I can't recommend anything. It's whatever you happen to like when it comes to crypto. So I recommend if you like donate that way, and subscribe if you haven't before, and so I certainly appreciate that. So I am pretty much done with this video. Excuse me. And there we go. So thank you very much. Come on back, check out my other videos. Skál.